Hi again, Coach Trey here, and welcome to Lesson 2, Identifying Your Unique Expertise. In this lesson, we're going to uncover something incredibly exciting. This is all about your unique expertise. So, whether you realize it or not, you spent years building a treasure trove of skills, knowledge, and experiences that are extremely valuable. And today, we'll focus on recognizing and packaging those gifts so that you can start thinking of them as intellectual property. That's right, IP, something you own and you can use to create income and impact in others' lives and income for yourself. So let's hop right in. We all have unique strengths and insights that come from our work, our hobbies, our life's experiences. But the challenge is, many people undervalue what they know because it feels normal to them. And I quote unquote normal. Okay. But what's obvious to you might be extraordinary to someone else. Like there are people that don't know some of the things that you actually know. And I think that sometimes we get so caught up in who we are or what we have done and our knowledge that we don't realize that this is a wealth of information that could actually help prosper someone else's life. So, what we're going to do here is we are going to identify your expertise. And here are a few ways. Number one is to reflect on your journey. And by the way, you might want to grab a sheet of paper. You might want to grab a paper, a pen, a notebook, something that will help you to take some notes during this session because we're going to dive into some deep stuff. And like I said before, in the previous video, feel free to pause at any moment. Go back, pause, and take your time getting through this information and really pour yourself out during this session. So the first one is reflect on your journey. What problems do people often ask you to solve? Some of us are problem solvers to those people in our lives, and a lot of people ask us, about our experience or about our advice, what are some of those problems that people face that they ask you for the answers to? What tasks or challenges come naturally to you but seem difficult to others? Uh, I'll give you a very simple example would be there are people that know how to tie their shoes. Well, there are some people that don't know how to tie their shoes that all of us have to learn. And so I'm sure that someone somewhere can create a business or create an opportunity that teaches kids how to tie their shoes. Every business, every business idea was birthed from a problem or a challenge or a task that needed to be solved or needed a solution. So, what are those challenges that come naturally to you but seem difficult to others? Maybe you're a speaker, maybe you're a writer. What are some of those things? Number two, think about your achievements. What have you accomplished in your career or your personal life that you're proud of? What are some of the things that you have achieved that you can smile about? And are there results or outcomes that you consistently deliver? So for me, um, I am a coach and I can consistently help people to understand strategy and building their business with strategies. So I can consistently deliver ideas to help people to scale their businesses, hence this course. So these are some of the results and the outcomes that I consistently deliver for my clients that I am now making available to you. What are those outcomes and those things that you consistently deliver? Number three is listen to feedback. What do others say you're great at? What are some of the things that you have gotten complimented on that others say you are fantastic at? And have colleagues, friends, or clients complimented specific skills or qualities that you have? If so, write those down. Now it's time to package your expertise. Now that you've written all that down, let's talk about packaging this information. So once you've identified your skills, the next step is to think about how to package them into something others can benefit from. This could be a course or a workshop teaching your methods, an ebook or a guide sharing your insight, or tools or templates that help others. So, an example of a course or workshop is one of them that I've created. I've created the MAP method. And when we think about strategy, you think about a map or a plan to get somewhere. So, I've taken this MAP method and I created an acronym and made a class called Map Your Vision. So, it's all about getting from where you are to where you want to be and providing you with the blueprint or the GPS to do so. And so MAP stands for monetize your value, amplify your voice, and produce your vision. That is a course and a workshop that I can use that will teach others something that I know. Okay. Think about a book, an ebook, a guide, sharing your insight. This is simple steps that are written down to help someone get from point A to point B. These have first do this, next do this, then do this. And it doesn't matter how many steps. You can write a guide or an ebook that is 3 pages long. I think sometimes when we think about an ebook, we think about this long workbook that needs to be like chapters long about how to thoroughly do something. But let's be real. There, there's a manual to drive in a car, right? We had to study that. Everyone that drives knows that we had to take a driver test and we had to study this manual. And then there is no manual for doing something like washing your dishes. But every kid doesn't just grow up knowing how to wash their dishes. When you were a kid, you didn't even know how to brush your teeth. You had to be taught. And so there are books that teach how to brush your teeth. So this is something as simple as a guide sharing insights on how to solve a problem or how to get a certain outcome. And last but not least, we have the tools or templates that help others. This doesn't have to be a long drawn out process. This can be something like a worksheet, a PDF. I came across a person that actually she travels a lot. And a lot of people have not traveled before. There are tons of people that have never traveled outside of the country. And so they have no idea what to put in their suitcase. So what she did was she created a checklist on a PDF template that can be given away to other people that are planning to travel out the country and they need a checklist. Okay, so monetizing or packaging your expertise can help benefit someone else. In fact, your expertise is more than just what you know. It's how you apply what you know, how you solve problems, and how you make life easier or better for other people. So let's recognize the greater purpose that you have, and let's talk about understanding your value. So, we have dissected value and we've broken it down into a couple of different things so that you can understand the word value. Okay. Value is not only about worth, but it's also about cost, right? There is an exchange that we have to give you for your value, and it costs something. So, V is your view of your expertise as intellectual property. This is property. You have your home, which is on your property. You have your car, which is your property. But how many of us actually identify our intellect as property? Hmm, something to think about. So view your expertise as intellectual property. Second of all, is apply your knowledge to create something lasting. Don't just get up every day and do your same routine with your knowledge, but apply your knowledge to create something that is lasting. You know, there are certain ways that we handle our finances. There are certain ways that we drive our car. And when someone else gets in your car, you don't want someone to just drive your car and do whatever they want to do. You have a standard operating procedure, whether you know it or not, or a process to it, getting in your car and actually driving your vehicle. So you give instruction. That instruction is your intellectual property. And then leverage your skill to scale your impact beyond one-on-one work. So most of us, especially for coaches like myself, we like to sit down and work with people one-on-one, but how about taking your skill and scaling it into something that moves beyond just the one-on-one impact with other people? So, for example, I can sit here one-on-one with you and I can explain all of this to you, or I can sit before 10 people and I can explain this same valuable information to 10 people. Or I can record it and make a video just like this one and map or pass this out to so many other people that can benefit from this information. That is how you scale your impact with your knowledge, leveraging your skills. Okay. Our next point is understand the power of teaching others what you know. It's so important to understand that what you have is valuable. This is why legacy even exists to this day. This is why you have 9 to 5s to begin with, because someone had to create a standard operating procedure and pass that down through an organization or a corporation. And now they have given you a job. Okay, so they understood the power of teaching others what they know, which is why you have something like managers. Or as we used in our first example on lesson one, Sally, she was a customer service manager. She was really good at customer service. And she is able now to teach other people how to do what she does. Okay. And then we have empower yourself to build a legacy that benefits countless people. And I think we think of legacy, we think of our families, we think of, the people that we can immediately impact. But what if what you know can benefit the world? I'm just saying. Okay, so let's start imagining big, dreaming big, and imagining the difference between doing one-on-one work and creating a course that hundreds, even thousands of people can learn from, all in the same hour. So this video has taken about approximately 20 minutes to record and edit and to put out. So I could have a 20-minute conversation with someone sharing this information, or I can have a 20-minute class where I'm teaching 20 people this information, or I can record myself delivering this information to you, post it online with the potential of hundreds to thousands of people who can learn from it. All of this done in the same 20 minutes with different levels of impact. That is the power of leveraging your IP. Now it's your turn. Take a few minutes to start brainstorming your unique skill set. Write down your strengths, your achievements, and what others say you're great at. And if you need guidance or you want to explore how to package your expertise, let's connect. Book a free consultation with me, Coach Trey, and let's start building your knowledge-based business today. Thanks for joining me in this lesson. In our next session, we'll dive into how to transform your knowledge into a scalable product that can reach more people and create more residual income I'm so excited and I'm so anxious to see what you have come up with. See you next time.
That was so good.